Tidbits from TNT, Friday morning, the 2nd of May 2025. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. TNT. Tishwash. Planning. Memoranda of Understanding with advanced countries to train employees outside Iraq. The Ministry of Planning affirmed that training government employees is a priority for enhancing institutional performance. While noting the signing of Memoranda of Understanding with advanced countries to train employees outside Iraq. Ministry spokesperson Abdul Zahra al-Hindawi said that the ministry places a direct emphasis on training and developing the capabilities of employees in all state institutions through the National Center for Administrative Development and Information Technology. He explained that the National Center organizes, as part of its annual program, numerous training courses in various fields, including management, law, protocol, computers, electronic and financial aspects, and others. Some of these courses are held at the request of government institutions based on their needs. Link. Tishwash. Clarification of the Cabinet's decision regarding the withdrawal of tax deposits. A responsible source commented on Thursday, May 1, 2025, on what was circulated on social media and some media outlets regarding a government decision to withdraw tax deposits, stressing that the procedure is legal, announced, and aims to cover basic expenses, most notably salaries. The source told Baghdad Today, the sums referred to in the decision were not recorded in a final account within the public treasury, but were used to cover expenses. A practice followed by previous governments and implemented in accordance with a decision announced by the Council of Ministers. He explained that the decision included reversing the amounts of trusts from the revenues collected during tax accounting, noting that the Ministry of Finance, as the competent authority, studied the decision before making it. The source added, what happened in the previous government regarding tax deposits could have been avoided if the current procedure had been adopted at the time. Considering that the deliberate distortion and fraud by some parties for electoral purposes not only targets the government, but harms all of Iraq. He concluded by stressing that the government is proceeding with its reforms despite attempts to disrupt them, in a manner that ensures the best possible service to the Iraqi citizen. Decision details. Temporary withdrawal and subsequent settlement. The cabinet voted last April to authorize the Minister of Finance to withdraw more than 3 trillion dinars from tax deposits less than 5 years old to cover salary expenses for the coming months. These amounts will be subsequently settled from monthly tax revenues. According to observers, this measure is a temporary means of financing to overcome delays in transferring oil revenues from the U.S. Federal Reserve into local currency, without the need for borrowing or delayed salaries. Despite the technical nature of the decision, the withdrawal of tax deposits sparked widespread political controversy, with some forces viewing it as a reflection of the fragility of the financial situation and the government's weak ability to manage expenditures without compromising temporary and legally allocated funds. For its part, the Parliamentary Finance Committee believes that addressing this crisis requires a comprehensive review of fiscal policy, reducing reliance on oil, and enhancing non-rent resources, to avoid the repeated resort to exceptional solutions that could be legally considered controversial. Tishwash. Al-Sudani explains the reason for inviting the Syrian president to the Baghdad summit and Iraq's ambition to host the Iran-US talks. Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani affirmed that Syrian President Ahmed al-Shara's invitation to attend the Arab League summit in Baghdad was within the established protocol of the Arab League system, noting the importance of his attendance in clarifying his vision for Syria's future to Arab countries. In press statements monitored by Al-Farad news agency, al-Sudani stressed Iraq's commitment to Syria's security and stability, considering it a part of Iraqi national security. He expressed his hope that Syria would witness a comprehensive political process that guarantees the rights of all citizens. In the context of regional relations, al-Sudani explained that Iraq maintains good relations with both Iran and the United States, affirming Baghdad's support and encouragement for the current negotiations between them. He added that the success of these negotiations will have positive repercussions for the region as a whole, including Iraq. Regarding relations with Washington, al-Sudani noted Iraq's efforts to shift toward bilateral relations with the United States, a focus of 2 rounds of dialogue in Washington. He expressed hope that the third round would be held in Baghdad. Regarding the Palestinian issue, the Prime Minister emphasized that it is the root of the problem in the Middle East, expressing his belief that U.S. President Donald Trump is capable of leading global efforts to resolve it. Al-Sudani explained that Iraq is experiencing its best situation since the founding of the modern state, adding, Iraq is not what is often viewed as a war zone. Indicators on the ground are different. Residents of the capital are out and about until late at night, and more than $88 billion in investments have entered the country. He stressed that, the challenge facing my government is to restore citizens' confidence in state institutions, due to the many setbacks that have occurred over the past 2 decades. The Prime Minister stated that, corruption is one of the challenges facing my government, and I have initiated practical, not media-based, measures to combat it. Excuse me, could you walk with me for a couple of minutes? A man is walking through the supermarket, holding a basket and looking a bit lost. He notices a very attractive, beautiful, and fit young woman nearby. He walks up to her with a friendly smile. Excuse me, could you walk with me for a couple of minutes? The woman looks confused and asks, why? He replies, I've lost my wife, and every time I talk to a pretty woman, she magically appears out of nowhere. The woman chuckles and says, that's oddly specific. He points behind her and says, see? Told you. There she is. Listen to the full version on the official dinarreport.com website and become our supporter on Patreon. Source: Dinar Recaps.